Oh,
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Dead Funny Review Show. I'm your host, Chris. Today is my co-host, JoJo.
hello.
And we are here to talk about Mortal Kombat. Some of you guys have heard us talk about it on a podcast. We're here to give our official thoughts and views. I just finished it not that long ago and was talking to JoJo about it, and we decided we were going to do a review show. So, I guess to kind of start out, as far as in a comparison from old movies to new movies, I mean, I vastly enjoyed this one more. I mean, obviously, it's
Really?
graphics, stuff like that. I mean, there were a lot of iconic scenes, I feel, fighting-wise, that were really, really done well. My biggest issue, and we'll get deeper in this as we go in, my biggest issue with this fucking movie was it felt hardcore like a nostalgia grab. Like, they really played for it. There was just so much of, like, the whole Kano, or, well, first off, Kano killing the dude, pulling the heart out, and it's like, Kano wins. And I was like, okay. And then him jumping and then getting hit by the kick and all that. That was another fucking nod. There was just so many, dude.
That was great, because that's
that
like,
one was good.
Not even nostalgia. It's just like a joke that plays off game mechanics, which I really appreciated. Also, there's a bit, they did that when Jax is fighting Reiko. Reiko does the thing where he just kind of, when you beat a guy and you go fatality, so he just waited to get fatality, which was really good.
So that's where we'll probably differ the most. I hated the Jax fight because the other guys just choreography I thought was terrible. I thought there were so many times where his movements just looked so weird even before he was just doing this, and I was like,
for sure.
I think they could have left that.
He was like a Three Stooges guy. I don't know. Like, he always had this like dumbass look on his face and was just flailing around. I don't think he spoke. Which, like, to be fair, Reiko is not a character from the games that anyone gives a shit about. Like, if you're gonna do that to anyone, like, fine. But it was weird.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed the jump or the kicking one too. I thought it was pretty funny, especially watching it with my girlfriend who knows nothing about the game. So I'm like, oh, that's a nod at the game, because people would do this fucking, it's hard to block the fucking down kick, and then basically Kano is giving you the voice of the player of like, oh, that's all you're gonna do? That the only move you know? Oh, I'm gonna dodge it this time. Oh shit, you know, like exactly
spamming.
So
So did she enjoy it? Because I was wondering, like, so much of what I liked about it is stuff I know from the games.
So she enjoyed it because the fighting, some of the stuff. So this is what's really interesting. I like watching a lot of stuff with her because she doesn't have a lot of background knowledge in these aspects. Is she was able to look at it as a movie. A lot of it did feel extremely rushed, which I get. They're trying to get up to the well. At first, I thought they were trying to get up to the fucking combat or the whole fucking tournament, and then it was like, fuck the tournament, let's kill him now. So I kind of felt like, in my opinion, I think the game would have been better if like he was trying to kill them before the tournament, and Raiden was just stopping them. And this is something that she was talking about as well, to where like they didn't actually kill each other at all. Like, they just fought a little bit, and then like out of nowhere it's like Scorpion shows up, and then fucking Sub-Zero ends up walking onto the field, and everybody's like, oh shit, get back, and them two duke it out until the very end of the movie, and maybe stop with like one of them getting either one killed or two seriously fucked up, and then and then fucking them being like, all right, well, we'll fucking come back, you know, and then that sets up for like the actual tournament. Because at this point, they gotta find a whole slew of new fucking people for the tournament for whatever's gonna happen in the second movie, and it feels like, I don't know how well the movies are going, depending on how long they want the franchise to go. They for sure wanted to. I mean, they made that very fucking clear with the end on how well these franchises are gonna, or how well this franchise is gonna do. If every movie, it's like we're building up to a tournament, but the tournament never happens. You know what I mean? Because like we're gonna have to do the whole same thing this first movie we just did, which is rounding up all these fucking people for the tournament. Now we got to do all that over again.
It felt sort of like half a movie because
Right.
it ends, but also it felt like two movies because the Scorpion and Sub-Zero stuff is its
Right.
own plot that basically is separate from the thing that's happening.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
so it just
Absolutely.
none of the bad guys got to speak at all. There's a point where Jax is when they're deciding like who to go fight,
Hmm.
and Jax is like, "I'm going to take Reiko," and
Right.
Cole's like, "I'm going after Cabal," and it's like, when did you even learn these guys' names?
Right. Exactly.
You've never
Right.
met.
Exactly.
But like, I mean, the Scorpion Sub-Zero stuff is so interesting.
Yes.
But even in the games, it's not the plot of any
No.
main storyline. It's just its own thing,
It's
kind
its own
of.
thing that lives in the universe, right? Yeah. So especially with her point of view too, of just like, one, obviously the action was great, but I mean, she said the fact of I was a lot more entertained by the Scorpion Sub-Zero stuff than I was
Yeah.
anything else, which I was like, that's completely understandable. I was the same way. I mean, as soon as I started the movie, I was like, I'm literally here just to hear Scorpion be like, "Get over here!" Like, that's what I'm here for. That's my boy. And then it was
Also,
like,
why did a long dead Japanese man say "get over here" in English?
in
There's
the
a
English
bunch
when
of
he's
stuff
speaking
like that.
Japanese the entire time. Yes, I
At
know.
the
Dude,
at
that
the
show's
end, where he's
hilarious.
like, "I hate it's me. I'm back. Do you recognize his face? I'm Scorpion now."
Yep.
Why are you Scorpion? What
Hmm.
does that mean to you? If
Yeah.
you've never played the game,
Yep.
why,
There was
why are you calling me that?
there's a couple little potholes there that I don't think were thought through, or that was just like
Yeah.
we don't really know how well this movie is gonna do. Fuck it. People are just here to watch the fucking Sub-Zero Scorpion fight scene at the end. I mean, come on. Like, let's be honest. So, I mean, the fucking fight scene with them two was amazing. I mean, him using the chain the way that he normally does, and then on top of that, I mean, whenever fucking Sub-Zero did the whole slicing him up, freezing the blood into a dagger, bringing that back
So
down, that was just
that's
so
so
good.
good.
Oh my
He made
god,
the
I
ice
was
wall. He did his ice clone
did the eyes
thing.
clone and
Like,
everything, dude. It was so good. Their
someone
fight was
played the
amazing.
games. Like, you
Hmm.
can see a lot of that. It's cool.
But her biggest complaint, which I was like, I was just laughing as she's telling me about it because it's like this fucking nail on the head, is how quickly Sharon not only finds out what her power is, but just becomes a fucking pro within half a second.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's like she fucking kills him and then shows up literally 30 seconds later, movie
and
time,
just
flies out and just BAM! And then fatality. And it's just all
and so Nick's
like,
power is to just straight shoot holes in people's chest, which seems so much better than everyone. Like, it's insane. It's absurd.
oh man, yeah, it was something. The one of the cliches that they did do with doing the video game stuff that I did not care for, I thought was really fucking stressed just because I felt like they had a list and they're all like, we
Oh, for
really
sure.
want the gamers to like be like excited when they hear this stuff in the movie, and they wanted to make sure they got every single one. And the one that they did for fatality, it was a cool moment where he did the whole fire dragon coming down, but just him doing it, I was just like, I felt like you do that. He's just like
Yeah,
fatality.
the
I was just like,
'90s
okay,
movie did that too, where they say like
yeah,
flawless victory 6 different times.
mm-hmm.
It's
But it's like whenever they did that. So to me, it seemed like the way either one, Kano was directed, or two, just the actor himself. However they did it brought a whole different level to it whenever he did it, because he had that comic relief to it. So like whenever he did
yeah.
the whole like Kano wins, and I was all like, oh wow, that's fucking funny. I was like straight for the thing. And then the whole kicking thing was great. That was fantastic. But then when it got outside of that, I was like, eh.
I think
Um
of the English speaking actors, at least he may be the one who's the most like an actor and not just like a stunt
mm,
guy or a fighter or
okay.
something. I think he's done just comedy stuff based on like whatever IMDb things I looked at, compared to like the main dude who is, you know, trained in fighting a lot.
Right. Um so the main guy did not care for his power. It looked
Yeah.
terrible. It looked terrible. At one point, you can kind of see like when he goes to hug the girl. From first off, kill Goro way too quick. I mean, he was the guy. He was like the main bad guy at the end of the first one, wasn't he? It was like you get past.
He was the boss before Shang Tsung.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And he like just shit on him. I was like, bruh, what? I was like, Goro's dead. Like whenever we saw the statue of Goro, because I watched it in 2 settings. So I watched half the movie. I watched to the part where they were first training to figure out their power. And the reason why I watched it in 2 parts was because I didn't know if my girlfriend was going to watch it with me or not. And I had to eat supper before I got on the games with the guys that night. So I was like, well, why don't we watch the first half of this together? And whenever I'm done eating, if you still want to watch it, then we'll finish the movie together. And she didn't end up wanting to finish it. So then we finished it later. When we saw the Goro statue for the first time, I was fucking freaking out. She even said, she was like, his fight was kind of disappointing because like to see how excited you were getting, like I knew that this dude meant like a lot in the game. And I was like, yeah, he was like the fucking main boss or the guy before the main boss. Like he was a fucking badass. For him to get shit on so quickly by someone so inexperienced with their power, I was kind of like, man, that's kind of, I don't know how I felt about that. But so after he kills Goro and he goes to hug his wife or girlfriend or whatever the hell they are,
yeah,
you can see the back of the suit where it's like they literally had just like this plastic sweater that they put him in because it gets all like wrinkly stuff in the back.
CGI stuff in that moment.
Man, yeah, dude, it looks so bad. I was like, no.
I noticed that.
I was like, oh, that just took like after that, I just saw him as this dude just running around his rubber fucking sweater.
I think I made a note that like his arcana is shirt.
Exactly. Exactly.
But to be fair, dude, like Kung Lao got a frisbee hat, so.
I mean, yeah, but he's a badass that frisbee hat though. The one death that he got to do, that was so good, dude. Oh my god,
fantastic. That was like that looked like the thing in the game. Mm-hmm. Like computer graphics have caught up in such a way. Mm-hmm. Like if you look at those the 90s fatality in that movie, they look like garbage, and this was fucked up.
Right.
That was.
I did appreciate they used a portion of the old school music during some of the fight scenes. That was pretty cool. So, but like literally all I could wait for whenever the credits started rolling, like was me and my girlfriend sitting there waiting. I'm just like, I'm waiting for it. And then finally the dude's like, Mortal Kombat. I was like, yes, dude. My dad used to listen to that song all the time when we were kids because he had his computer out in the living room and like we would all just be sitting there and we would do that shit too. Like fucking growing up in a house full of boys would beat up on each other all the time. So like when we knew we were about to punch somebody or something like that, like let's say, my dad or my cousin's over and they're sitting there playing a video game and I just wake up, I'd be like, Mortal Kombat! Just, hit them in the fucking arm and then we just start going at it. So yeah, we used to do shit like that all the time. So I was just waiting for it. I was like, dude, this song was so good when I was a kid, dude. So I really appreciate that they put the entire song in the credits. That was awesome. Yeah. I was kind of hoping that they were going to do something, and it was stupid for me to think this way. And the only reason why I thought this was because the editing software that I use started showing like a whole bunch of like retro pictures of like Mortal Kombat. I was like, how to make retro scenes out of Mortal Kombat with hit films. Click this tutorial video and learn. And I was like, well, I'm never going to use that, but whatever. So I just went on my day and edited, podcast, whatever the fuck I was editing. And it made me think that maybe, because I hadn't finished the video yet at this point, that maybe they did their end scene like Sonic did, where it was like the pixelated Sonic going through and shit. So I was gonna see like a whole fucking pixelated Mortal Kombat characters all fighting each other and shit. I was so hoping for it, and then it didn't happen. I was like, well, now I'm kind of let down, and it's not even their fault. Like it's my fault.
It would be really great if they like did a game like that again, or just film actual actors.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because I actually showed her the graphics from the first one versus the graphics from 11. She was like, holy shit. And I was like, yeah. Like I showed her the opening trailer to 11 where it's like fucking, I think it's Raiden versus Scorpion, and they're just beating the shit out of it, like literally beating the shit out of each other. She was like, oh my god. And I was like, yeah,
this is a long way.
This is Mortal Kombat. We've come a long way for sure, dude. It's like, oh my god. But yeah, so like I said, I don't think they should have all fought. I thought that part could have been waited for the tournament, and that would have made the second movie a lot better in my part, or in my opinion. I think what would have been great is that if Goro lived, and like let's say Scorpion got injured, and Sub-Zero got injured, and so like they fucking choose to retreat, whatever, and then it's like we need to go find Cage because we need somebody else. They outnumber us now with Goro. That would have made more sense, and then set it up for them to go find him and then come back and do the fucking tournament in the next movie. Versus now, like, fucking Shao has literally fucking nobody. His roster is completely empty.
Well, so. No, they implied at the end that Shang Tsung is going to bring him back to life somehow, you know?
Goro, well, yeah, probably, it's not going to leave fucking... Are you talking about Goro or Sub-Zero?
Well, both of... Maybe Goro, because they showed him, like, his corpse being brought in by the shadows or something, like, at the end, briefly. But, like, Sub-Zero for sure will come back as Noob Saibot.
Yeah.
Because that's just the thing from the games, also.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll find some excuse to make a new Sub-Zero come in as a good guy.
Aren't both Sub-Zero and Scorpion, like, fully robotic at this point in the newer games?
No. There was in Mortal Kombat 9... There's a time where Sub-Zero becomes a robot, a cyborg, and then he gets uncyborged somehow.
There you go. Magic.
Yeah.
That's how it works in that game. Magic.
I believe in the games now, Scorpion got fully resurrected and isn't a demon anymore, but then also they killed him. So I don't know where he stands, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they kind of did what I wanted them to do with Scorpion as far as, like, showing the skull face as he was doing the fire. I kind of wish it would have been a little bit more like the original games where, like, he just ripped the whole fucking hood off and then, like, the whole fucking skeleton head just threw the fire up on him, but it was close. It was close enough. I was like, I was satisfied with Scorpion and Sub-Zero. There, besides the few little things of, as you pointed out earlier, the man that only speaks Japanese is just like, get over here in perfect English. And then fucking, I'm Scorpion now. It was just like, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
like, who is this for? Like, what?
Right. There's just parts of that are very silly, but like,
yeah. I mean, those were enough that it didn't take away from the fight for me because they still did the fighting so fucking well to where, like, the rest of them weren't that good. What's her face? The fucking evil chick. I can't remember her name. Lena? Where she fucking, her goddamn cheeks rip all the way back and, like, it shows all the, man, dude. Oh, she looks so good, though. She looks so good. I was like, they did. They
weirdly just totally wasted her. Like, she's an actual character, unlike the vampire lady, and, like, you know, like, Marina gets dialogue in those games and is important to other characters that they would introduce later. So I'm kind of shocked they just offed her like that.
Right. And that also goes to say, like, we don't even know. I mean, fucking, for all we know, they all come back in the fucking second movie. I mean, hopefully some of them don't. Like, fucking, what's his face, the dude that fought Jax? Like, he can stay dead.
Reiko. Yeah, Reiko can stay dead.
Yeah, but, you know,
Reiko's weird because, like, in the games, he's supposed to, like, you're supposed to maybe think he's Shao Kahn or something, like, briefly. And so it doesn't even make sense, like, as a character without Shao Kahn existing, like, whatever, Reiko sucks. So he should stay dead. When they talk about going to go find more people, and they, you know, Johnny Cage, obviously. After that, who the fuck are they going to go find? Like, they got Stryker. They're going to go find Stryker because he sucks. They got all the good ones already.
Yeah, I don't. That's the thing that I was thinking too. I was like, man, dude, like, if they actually move into the second movie with his whole roster being depleted and he has to get all these new people, I was like, obviously Sub-Zero will be there every single time. Goro maybe, but it's like, I don't know who the fuck I was like, I have zero idea who's gonna fucking show up. So
they got a lot of bad guys they can use, like Ermac. They got a bunch more ninjas, right? Yeah. They got Smoke and Ermac and Rain, I guess. But Sindel, you know, they got a couple ladies.
Dude, I'm ready to see fucking Raiden get in there and do some fucking big body work, dude.
Yeah, Raiden was kind of not great in this one.
No, he was just.
I also had to rewatch a couple lines of his dialogue because his English was a little rough.
Yeah,
his accent. Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, he wasn't too impressive. It was like, I think the only thing he did was the lightning shield, and I was like, all right, That's cool, I
Yeah,
guess.
they let everybody do their cool moves, but they didn't let Raiden do his thing where he just launches himself across the screen. I want to see that.
And that was also that to me was the weird shit. Was so they have Raiden teleport them places, random places, by the way,
Yeah.
to fight, but he also teleported the other people too, the bad guys.
Yes, and also he can't interfere.
He one
Haha.
can't interfere, but two randomly just knows where the fuck these people are at to then teleport them to where he wants them to go, places that these other people have never been to. So now they apparently have no home field advantage. Like everywhere they went
Yeah.
looked evil, so you would think that they would want to go somewhere else where it feels like they would have home field advantage. That whole thing did not make fucking sense to me at
Or,
all.
I mean, this isn't part of the tournament or anything. Drop them in a volcano.
Yeah,
Like
there you go.
the idea of the rules of anything and like why Raiden and Shang Tsung are making the decisions. Or Shang Tsung's like, you beat Sub Zero. I'm going to come back with an army. Why didn't you bring an army the first time? Send
Right.
2 Goros after Cole, you dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, what do you? Why are you playing around? None of it.
Yeah, that like I said, that part to me, I was just like, so Raiden just knows where the fuck everybody's at any moment in time. It's just like, yep, yoink. There you go. You're going over here. Yoink. You're going over here. I can do what I want to. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't interfere. Yoink. I'm still gonna do this anyway. Like I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, everyone has just knowledge they shouldn't have. Like Cabal knew that Kano was with them, even though how the fuck did Cabal know anything?
Right.
And
Exactly.
why Cabal is from Earth? Why is he even working? Why would anyone? What are you getting out of it? Like there's
Yeah.
just, I don't know.
Because that was the first thing that hit me. I was like, why did he even make the lightning shield in the first place? Why didn't he just fucking teleport them the fuck back out? Like, yeah, sooner or later they're going to come back, but it's going to take them a while to get there. Like, fucking spread them all out and fucking make it, homie have to go fucking find them all. Like, you could have done anything else. You're just like, lightning shield. And it's just like, okay, sweet.
Or or if you can teleport around and you know that like Liu Kang's like, I'm trying to find the guys that we need to help us fight. Why didn't Raiden just teleport over and pick them up?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of mess in this movie, a lot of mess,
yeah,
but I feel like there's a lot to be enjoyed there as well. I don't think that this movie is top anything on my list, but it was fun. I mean, it was worth the watch.
Fun. Yeah,
Definitely for the fighting, I'd watch it again.
I mean, it seems to have been very successful.
Really? Oh yeah, because it sold out past fucking Demon Slayer's movie, which I was completely
like
surprised about.
The most viewed thing on HBO Max or something, like the most viewed movie premiere at least so far on HBO Max. So that bodes well. So they'll probably do the sequel.
But even for theaters though, like it beat out the fucking animated, the animated Demon Slayer movie, which everybody thought Demon Slayer was going to top the charts, and it did and stay there. Now, obviously, when you're talking like the entire world, Demon Slayer 1 hour wasn't even fucking close, but just domestic wise, I mean, that's fucking crazy. Like, I mean, I for sure thought Demon Slayer was not going to get topped because it was like Demon Slayer's fucking breaking the box office, and then it was like the next weekend it was like Demon Slayer set the new goal and Mortal Kombat beat it, and I was like, really? I was like, holy shit!
People still love Mortal Kombat somehow.
Yeah,
yeah. But so like when they get to do maybe the biggest problem with this movie is that the main character is pretty lame. Like so
Cole
when they get
super lame.
And that was definitely a thing where like some executives somewhere said, you need a normal guy who can say, why is this magic?
Mm-hmm.
With what is this guy? Why does he have lightning? Even though half the like any character could have done, Sonya could have done that the whole time. Like it's really stupid.
Anybody. Yeah.
But in the next one, hopefully they can sideline him and let Johnny Cage do everything.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm ready to see Johnny Cage in there. So, yeah, once they zoomed in on that poster, I was like, oh, now we're going to Johnny Cage. When we could have just basically had him replace Cole to begin with, because it's basically almost the same goddamn character.
When they revealed that guy, for a long time, I thought instead of them doing the thing they did where he's like secretly kind of Scorpion, I thought he was going to secretly, they were going to do one of those like superhero things where at the end he's like, I'm Johnny Cage now. That's my new actor name, because he was a cage fighter.
Yep.
But no, just
that's fair. I can see that. Yeah.
Ah,
But yeah, the beginning fight with Scorpion and Sub-Zero was so good too. Like they did really
yeah.
good with the hatred between those two. So I was really really impressed with how they chose to go about that. It
Yes.
definitely got it for me. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
all that stuff was great.
I think besides that, I mean, if I had to give it a rating, it'd probably be like a 5.5, maybe 6 in that range for me. It's
That's
kind of
about
where
what
it's
I was
at.
thinking too. At least, in terms of
Yeah.
like for a person who likes Mortal Kombat and will be like, "Oh, hey,
Right.
I recognize this. I know what's happening here." Then yeah, it's like it's not a good movie, but it is a fun dumb
Right.
thing. It is
As long as
enjoyable.
they don't continue to keep doing it, like it's like if we got all of them out in the first movie, great. There's like a still couple like golden gems they're gonna plant into the second one for the whole nostalgia grab. That's fine. My biggest issue with everything that came out, our generation slash somewhat the generation before us, is a lot of shit today likes to go for that nostalgia grab, and it really irritates the fuck out of me. I mean, like I know it's not the most popular opinion, but Ready Player One, I fucking hated that movie. I hated
Yeah,
everything
I
about
have
that
no
movie.
interest in that. Yeah.
100% nostalgia grab. It was like literally anything that happened in the 90s. Let's throw it in this movie for at least 2 seconds so people be like, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. That's literally the entire fucking movie. I was just like, oh, Tracer from Overwatch. Oh, the Iron Giant. Oh, Sonic. Oh, Ruby. Like, it was like the entire fucking movie. That's all it was. Was just like, let's see how many fucking 90s kids are like, oh, go watch this. It'll bring back your childhood. Like, no.
Yeah.
Fucking no. Let's not, no. Let's not do that. Like, come on now. So, and I get worried whenever, they do stuff like I was super worried about the Sonic movie trying to do shit like that too. Because I love Sonic. Like, Sonic's one of my fucking top. Like, I mean, I grew up playing Sonic. And so I was super worried about the Sonic movie doing that. And I think that they did a really good job of like calling to some things game wise. I mean, they kind of went on their own with like fucking Hawthorne and all that. That was never in any of the fucking games to begin with, at least not the older ones. I didn't play a lot of the
Mm.
newer ones because they're fucking terrible.
Oh, I think
Um,
everything in that movie, aside from Sonic and Eggman, are entirely made up.
yeah, I mean, pretty
Yeah.
pretty damn close. But I mean, the subtleties that I like that Sonic did, for instance, was like the very end. So first off, the town was called Green Hill. All right, that's obviously a nod at Green Hill Zone, right?
Yes.
For them to play like the Sonic movie or the Sonic music slowly at the end, fucking makes sense, obviously, and it's a nice subtle hit at the fans. The rings, like from
Mm.
that's always been a main thing in the fucking game, which was pretty cool. Although the fucking I'm gonna use them to teleport was completely fucking out of nowhere, but is what it is. Well, I guess not really. I guess in the first one, I mean, you kind of have that thing where the big ring comes up and you run through it, and then it just like spins, and then it just shows like a picture of Sonic and Tails in it. So I
Yeah,
guess,
the end of the
yeah,
stage, I
like the
guess.
end of the
Yeah.
worlds, yeah, at the end of the
Yeah.
stages, yeah. So I guess not really. I mean, but the whole like mushroom land, that was a perfect way to do that. It was like, oh, I don't want to go to the mushroom world. It's all just full of mushrooms, and it sucks, and it stinks, and it's like there's so many people who are like, besides Knuckles, it was like, what was really good about the mushroom world? Like fucking nothing. Like it was always a pain in the ass. I love the mushroom world though. So I was like, oh dude, this is so cool. So yeah, I mean stuff like that, it's done well. And whenever there's these franchises like Mortal Kombat, I might not have been the biggest fan of it growing up, but I definitely played the shit out of it and definitely had some hold in my childhood at some time. It would be nice for it to also be able to play out the same way. I
Yeah.
would, I don't know. Like I said, I just feel like there's going to be a lot more this trend, which it seems like there is, where they're, because I know that there was the whole first, like, let's do like fucking crazy budgeted movies for all these new video games that are coming out that everybody's excited for. So you had like the Halo project that got fucking canned,
Mhm.
Assassin's Creed, which I don't think did fucking well at all,
No.
from what I believe, because they sure as fuck didn't make a second one.
Yeah.
And then there
Yeah,
was
Prince of
another one that
Persia
they were gonna
also that
do,
didn't
yeah,
pan
which
out.
that didn't pan out exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, so if they're gonna go back to these '90s games where or not even the generation before them too, it's like I said, I just don't want to fall into a pattern of like let's just make the movie all about nostalgia, and then that'll be enough to float it to the second movie. Like, let's actually work and make it a good movie. Like Sonic,
Yeah,
in
like
my
I
opinion,
mean,
was a good movie. Like it,
in
not
Mortal
the best
Kombat's
movie, it was
defense,
good.
like it's not purely nostalgia. That thing is still
No,
happening, at least. So like it doesn't feel it feels like an homage to the thing they're adapting, which is okay, and it doesn't
right,
feel like empty nostalgia in that way.
right,
Like if
and
they
I
make
guess.
a Qbert movie where that's just a dead thing, then that, like yeah,
Oh, please, God, don't. Oh my God, that would be terrible. Oh my God, I would literally pay. I would pay to go see Qbert. Like I would have to, dude. It'd be like
of course, yeah.
I would hope that it would. The whole movie itself is just kept under wraps. Like you don't know shit about it, dude. I was like, I would be in like just fucking dying of anticipation, just like, what the fuck is this movie, dude?
Man,
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
almost sure there's talk about a Tetris movie at some point, like that someone trying to adapt Tetris, and I'm like, what is that? Obviously, but like
that would be
they
crazy.
will. They did a movie based on the board game Battleship. They can do anything at some
That's true.
point.
That is true. I don't know. Like I said, it would. And like I said, I don't think Mortal Kombat was 100% nostalgia. I just feel like the person, I feel like there were people in the room that knew what Mortal Kombat was, but I feel like the people who were making decisions wanted to just get the grab of this is Mortal Kombat.
Maybe.
Fully CGI'd like everybody's always wanted it to be. Like we can actually show Sub-Zero fucking slicing Scorpion and making a fucking dagger out of his blood and stabbing him. Like
Yeah.
they couldn't do that back then. Now we fucking can, stuff like that. So and that's what I'm hoping doesn't continue with the movie going forward, because there was a lot of things where I mean, fuck, I think we spent more time on this review show talking about the potholes that they obviously drove directly into versus
Yeah.
anything else. So, and it would be nice for that to be a little bit more cleaner and things make sense. And maybe they'll do that with the second movie, hopefully. I mean, like I said, I've
Hopefully.
got nothing
Yeah.
against it. I fucking enjoyed it. I would 100% pay to go see the second one. Absolutely.
Mhm.
There's no ifs, ands, buts about that. So, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But, I mean, yeah, overall, like I said, 5.5, 6-ish. Like I said, I know when I was talking to a couple people about it, I said I was bored the entire movie except for the Scorpion stuff. It's not 100% true, but there were aspects of where it was like I said, whenever they split everybody up and stuff, it was more of not necessarily being bored, but being very confused by specific ways they chose to do things. And I was just like,
Yeah. It's just yeah, you wonder how they came to
yeah,
like the Arcana thing, especially like just
yes,
like they felt they needed to explain why people had powers, but then their explanation is just some other mysterious magic thing that they can't explain.
mm-hmm,
Like it's not
yep.
helpful, and also
I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you until you can finally use it. So,
if Jax's arms weren't destroyed, what would his power have been? Still arms? Like what even is
right,
like none of it.
mm-hmm,
It's fine. It's all a contrivance to make it work so they can
right.
fight.
I
That
mean,
works. So
and see, the way that they had it set up though was perfect for they could have been like, it will show itself and give you what you need to be able to move forward. That would have been perfect. Because then it would have made sense for Jax. It would have made
yeah,
sense for Cole, because he is that guy who literally can take a beating. The problem is he just can't dish it out in the ring like everybody else does. So here he is taking this fucking beating from Goro and is able to finally fucking use that beating to dish it out. I mean, in my opinion, it was just a rewash of fucking Black Panther suit, but I mean, it's way worse as far
yeah,
as how it was done for sure. But yeah, I mean, and like I said, it would have made so much more sense if they would have tried to put stuff in that. But I know I've got a couple friends myself who they're those ones that like they sit down in a movie and they're like very scientific with it, and then it's like if things don't necessarily add up inside the movie's own logic, they could literally give a shit about the movie anymore at that point. It's like, yeah, there's no chance they enjoyed Mortal Kombat.
yeah.
Like
Oh no, absolutely not.
zero
Yeah,
chance. So like Tony, for instance, I know was one of the people who was really worried about with Marvel and stuff when they started doing the time travel. He's like, because time travel is so fucking sticky. It's like you make your rules, and he's like, and that was the one thing is like they made solid rules, and
sure.
then
Yeah,
like instantly broke all of them as soon as they fucking time traveled. Like, instantly broke every single one of them. So it was like, fuck me, dude. Like, you know, but is what it is. So I don't know. But like I said, overall, I would say if you have HBO Max, I would watch Mortal Kombat. If you don't have HBO Max and you want to get HBO Max, I would watch Mortal Kombat. I would get it for Mortal Kombat and then other things that are also on there, like anything on HBO. Silicon Valley is fucking amazing. But if those aren't your options and you want to go, if you want to watch and see it, I think it's definitely worth one to watch. I would actually have been okay with seeing that movie in theaters versus seeing it at my house. Just to have the big screen and seeing like all the fucking CGI action and shit. I would have been completely okay with that. So, but all in all, yeah. That's pretty much my thoughts on Mortal Kombat. I'm excited for a second movie. They're obviously going to do one. Unless for some reason it just gets fucking canceled. So
right, yeah.
That's literally the only thing that could do that. But with all the money that it made, and that's another problem that I have with these 90s-ish things, getting these movies and stuff like that, is like I would hate for them to have done this for a cash grab. You know what I mean? Like we got enough off the hype that there hasn't been a fucking good Mortal Kombat movie, and there hasn't been a Mortal Kombat movie in a very long time with the kind of graphics that we need for a Mortal Kombat movie. Yes. So bam, let's grab all the money off this first one. They make out and they're all like, who gives a fuck about the second one? Phone it in. Fuck it. The series has never done well as far as the movie's concerned anyway, so fuck it, who cares? Like, dude, that would suck so bad. Like, I hope that they actually take the time now that they've proven that they could make money off of this and actually give the Mortal Kombat fans what they want. I think that would be great.
Yeah, I think that's usually how it goes, right? They'll get... No? Okay.
No. People who are directors are just dicks. They don't care. Like, I like whenever they were talking about what was it, Epic Rap Battles? Yeah, they did one where it was like all the movie directors, and they were talking about oh my god, what's his name, Michael Bay, and part of his rap verse was like, I've got no time to read reviews while I'm working on the sequel. It's like, I don't even give a shit. The movie's released, I'm already working on the next one. I'm not gonna hear what people say about it. I don't give a fuck, you know. This shit cracks me up though. So I don't know. I don't think that. I think if the mindset is let's grab money, they're just gonna go. They're not gonna give a shit about the second one, no matter how much money it made.
I'm hoping it's a thing where they thought it was like a bit of a risk, like they thought, like whatever executives thought about Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Like releasing this R-rated thing, and then once it's a big success, they get to go, okay, this is real. We'll give you a bit more money.
Mm-hmm.
Do it again. We trust you.
Because in a perfect world, that scenario works, it would be amazing for us, because then they could be like, what other games were big in the early 90s that we could possibly make movies out of? That would be great.
Yeah.
But once again, depending on how they do it, Sonic was done fantastic. Mortal Kombat had a lot of issues, but it wasn't a terrible movie. It was not a terrible movie. It's definitely worth a watch. And like I said, I would definitely watch it again. But depending on how we move forward, and same goes for Sonic. I mean, because now we're adding Tails. There's going to be another animated character in there. And how that's going to go.
All three. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You got Knuckles. I hope to God they don't go past that. Like, the only one I would give them any room on would be like Amy.
I'm sure they gotta get that. They'll get Amy, I'm sure.
I hope we're not going to do Sonic and Friends. Like, there's many fucking characters now. So many. Can't do it.
I would bet this is, who knows really, but end credits, post credits scene of like a lurking Shadow the Hedgehog at the end of this Sonic movie.
I would be more happy with Metal Sonic than I would.
Shadow. That I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe Metal Sonic is in the second one.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens with Robotnik.
If they don't use Metal Sonic in the second one, the Metal Sonic for 3 would make sense.
But Jim Carrey was a perfect fucking cast for him, for Robotnik, dude. He was so good. Hearing like how much he actually, I mean, pretty much like 95% of the movie, he just fucking improv'd. Like, he's so fucking good, dude. Like, that whole dancing scene, apparently he improv'd that whole fucking dancing scene. He was just like, I think he should dance right here. And they're like, okay. And he's like, I'm just going to do random shit. And so they just fucking did it. I was like, wow. Fucking wow. I mean, it's so good. I just love the whole fucking ending of it where he just fucking scares him and he's all like, "Oh, would you like coffee, sir?" Of course I would. I love how you make them. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh man. But yeah, no, they did a good job. So like I said, perfect world, that'd be great. There's some other 90s. Maybe we'll have to fucking talk about that on the podcast. Look up a couple of different 90s games that were out there and
yeah,
come up with a list.
We should save that for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That'd be a lot of fun of a couple games I'd like to see. That'd be a fun little thing for the podcast. But yeah, I would say I would send a thing to Kelsey and let her know so she can make her list too. But let's be honest, she didn't play any video games until like fucking Mass Effect anyway. So she would
right. Yeah, her frame of reference for that wouldn't be great. Yeah.
Hence the DFU, why it exists, her show. So yeah, oh well, is what it is. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. JoJo, you got any closing thoughts on Mortal Kombat before we wrap it up here?
No, I probably said whatever I was gonna say. Yeah, no, it was pretty good, and it's so. I also watched that '90s movie last night after watching this one. I also thought that was pretty good.
There you go. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair, especially with you being a little bit bigger into the universe than I am. I didn't think the movies were that good back then. I think I only watched them all once. I don't know.
I mean, that the first movie has terrible CGI. Like that stuff looks like shit, but like that has a better like story that just does. Yeah. As a movie, that's better. As a Mortal Kombat exhibition, this was better.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you like and subscribe. Also turn on the notification. That way you get notified next time we upload another video. Hit us in the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts and views on the movie as well. If you saw it, are you excited? Are you a Mortal Kombat fan? I mean, you know, who's your favorite fighter? That's another one, you know. Obviously, we'll have a lot of Sub-Zeros and Scorpions down there. But hey, there's some people that like other people. That's fine. I'm not one of them. This is one of the situations where I was basic as all could be out. And I'm like, fucking Scorpion's my guy. So yeah, you know, that's fine too. But we also have our Twitch links and our Twitters down there as well. Also a merchandise link as well. That's another way to support us if that's something that you want to do. But at the end of all this, hope you guys have a great rest of your week.